we have been discussing various topics, important topics of physics, and so far we have completed 7 topics. Now let us start the 8th one, that is all about torque and angular momentum. So what is the meaning of torque and what is the meaning of angular momentum? What type of questions will be coming based on this? Because it is also important in solving the questions related to rotation and rolling also. That's why here first we need to understand torque and angular momentum concept. Both are similar kind of definitions. Like in both definitions are having one common term called moment of. So in the whole physics syllabus, whenever if you get something like moment of, you have to multiply in terms of distance. Like moment of force is called torque. Moment of linear momentum is called angular momentum. That means the torque is moment of force. So force multiplied by distance. The angular momentum is moment of linear momentum. So linear momentum multiplied by distance. So it's not like simply distance, it's like position. So torque is a vector quantity, angular momentum is also a vector quantity. Torque is depending upon position and force. Angular momentum is depending upon position and linear momentum. Now let's take the first one, torque. So the definition what we will give is tau bar equal to r bar cross f bar, where the magnitude is rf sin theta, because to get a vector from two vectors we need to go for vector product. That's why torque is the vector product of force and position. So what is this position? That is the important thing you need to understand. So what is that position is? The position of point of application of force with respect to reference point. If you know the reference point, then only you can find the torque. Torque about this point, torque about that point, torque about that axis, torque about this axis. Reference is important. Then only you can get r bar. And this torque only you can write it like r sin theta into f. That is called r perpendicular times f. What is this? Let's take it. See here consider, now this is x axis, this is y axis, this is z axis, this is the reference point. Now a force of F is acting at this point on particular object. Now what is the torque of this force about this reference point? So this is the point of application. What I said? R bar is the position of point of application with respect to reference. So this is the R bar. This is F bar. There is an angle between R bar and F bar. So that angle is this theta. So what is theta? Angle between R bar and F bar. Now torque tau equal to Rf sin theta. And one more thing I have written, R sin theta. What is R sin theta? R perpendicular distance I am telling. What does that mean is, if you draw a line along the line of action of force, from the reference point, there is a perpendicular distance always. That perpendicular distance of point of reference from the line of action of force is called R perpendicular. And R perpendicular is how much? R sin theta. If you consider this right angle triangle, here this is theta means this is theta. Then what is sin theta? Sin theta is opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is R perpendicular by this is R. So R perpendicular is R sin theta. So this is the way you can find the torque using the vector product or using the concept of perpendicular distance and force. Now let us take one basic question based on this formula. They will give you like this. Suppose the position of point of reference with respect to reference point is something I cap minus 2j cap plus 4k cap, and a force acting on it is like 2I cap minus 3j cap plus k cap. Then find the torque, magnitude of torque. Then here you require the cross product method, that is determinant. How to take the determinant? First, rho I cap minus j cap k cap. So according to determinant rules, here the alternative plus minus will come. And second row must be coefficients of first vector, r bar cross f bar. So r bar coefficients 1, minus 2, 4. Then force. The third row should be coefficient of second vector, nothing but force, 2, minus 3, 1. Then how to take this one? First, I coefficient. How to find this I coefficient? Remove the column and row linked with I. So this will remain, these 4. So minus 2, 4, minus 3, 1. Cross multiply it. So minus 2 into 1, minus 2, minus 3 into 4, minus 12. So minus of minus plus. The next term is minus j cap. Here minus j cap means this row and this column will go 1, 4, 2, 1. So 1 1s are 1, minus 2 4s are 8. So 1 minus 8. Then k cap, this and this will go 1 into minus 3, minus 3. 2 into minus 2, minus 4. Minus of minus plus 4. So that what is the torque value will become? Minus 2 plus 12 is plus 10. 1 minus 8 minus 7. Minus of minus plus 7 j cap. So plus k cap. Then what is the magnitude? Under root 10 square 149 plus 1. So root 150. So it is nothing but 25 6. So 5 root 6 Newton meter, because force times displacement. Newton meter is nothing but, also you can write it like joules. So this is the one basic type of question which you can get based on torque. Now sometimes here they will mention you like a force is applying at one point. A force is applying at one point. Let's take x2, y2, z2. They'll give coordinates. And find the torque with respect to x1, y1, z1. Then r bar will become position of point of application with respect to reference point. So x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap plus z2 minus z1 k cap. So this way you can solve the questions. After taking r bar, same method. So this determinant. So nothing but product of vectors. That's why I used to say that the importance of mathematics is very much in solving physics. Understanding as well as solving physics. Now similarly, let us take the second thing, that is angular momentum. What is the basic definition of angular momentum? And let's take one simple example so that we can understand. Now similarly, now consider the same way, like there is a reference point O, X, Y, Z and one particle of mass m moving with some linear momentum. What is the linear momentum? M into V. Now this is the position of the particle at this point, r bar. Now there is an angle between the position of particle at any instant and the direction of linear momentum. Then the angular momentum is defined as L bar equal to R bar cross P bar. Tau bar was R bar cross F bar, and here angular momentum L bar is R bar cross P bar. So this way, if you take the magnitude, it will become Rp sin theta. Now you can also write it like mvr sin theta. where theta is the angle between r bar comma p bar, nothing but r bar comma v bar. Now, here also you can define the same way, like magnitude of angular momentum is r sin theta times p, nothing but r perpendicular times linear momentum. Again, what is this r perpendicular? Same way, previous case what you have taken? We have taken the line along the direction of force. Now take the line along the direction of motion. Then there is a perpendicular distance from the point of reference to the line of direction of motion. That is called what? R perpendicular. Same way. You can take this right angle triangle. This is R. This will become R sin theta. So that's why I compared both the concepts, torque and angular momentum. And here also you will get the questions based on same cross product of r bar and p bar. Apart from this, let's take one more type of example, because instead of taking similar kind of vector multiplication, let me take another example. Consider a particle of mass m moving with a speed in circular path. As shown. Let's take like this. The body is moving in the circular path. Radius is capital R. And what is the speed? V, constant. Now there is a center, and if you consider the diameter, this is A, this is B. Suppose the question is, what is the angular momentum of this particle about center or about any diametrically opposite point? Like suppose the body is at point B, then about center and about this point. Because I mentioned that not only torque, this one is also to specify, to understand, to derive, we need to take first reference point. That's why here two different references points they are asking. So now let us check whether the angular momentum is same or different. Now first about center. About center, when you consider, the particle position is r, and at that point the velocity is along the tangent v, and what is the angle between them? 90. So that what is the angular momentum formula? mvr sin theta. mvr sin 90. How much? mvr. Similar, this is about center. Now you take about A, about this point. Now about this point if you consider, then what happens? The distance, perpendicular distance, now it will become 2r. Like this is the reference point, now this is the velocity. Now the distance is 2r. Then what is the angular momentum will become mv times 2r sin 90. So what is the angular momentum? 2 mvr, double. So this way some simple questions you can understand. Now let us take one or two logical type of questions based on same concept. So the very first question. An object of mass m, moving along, let's take y equal to 2x plus 3. So here they have given one mass. Let's take some mass also if you want, 2 kg. 2 kg moving along one line. They have not mentioned the direction. They mentioned indirectly that it is moving along this line. Now find angular momentum about origin, where the speed of the particle you take it as 4 meter per second. What is the angular momentum formula? The angular momentum formula is mvr sin theta. M is given, V is given, but what is R? Position. What is theta? Angle between R bar and V bar. We don't know. Then you need to have your mathematical basics. Let's take first, what is the graphical representation of this one? Y equal to 2x plus 3. So y equal to 2x plus 3 means y equal to mx plus c form. Positive slope with positive intercept in this way. Positive slope and positive intercept. What is the positive intercept? 3. So this value is 3. And if this angle is theta, then what is the slope formula? M equal to tan theta. How much it is? Compare it. In place of m, what is there? 2. So if you know the basics of mathematics, whatever is required in solving physics, like mathematical physics we will study, so that tan theta is 2 and the intercept is 3. Now what is the angular momentum formula? Angular momentum is mvr sin theta. If you know the tan theta, then you can find sin theta, because now this is the line along which the body moving. Or else you can take it in another way, that you can draw from the origin perpendicular distance. Then this is the r perpendicular. Then you can take what? R perpendicular times linear momentum, m into v. Anyway you will get the same answer. Now this is r perpendicular. How to get it? Take this right angle triangle here, this one, this way. This is 3, this is theta. Now this is the perpendicular drawn. So this is r perpendicular. Now how can you calculate this one? This is theta means this is theta, because this is 90, this is 90 minus theta, and this is theta, because this angle is 90. Now in this right angle triangle, what value you want? Sin theta. You know sin theta, or you know tan theta also. Let's take tan theta suppose. Tan theta is this by this, but you don't know this value. You know this value. What is this value? Hypotenuse. What is this value? Adjacent. So better to take cos theta. That also you should think on your own. Cos theta is adjacent r perpendicular by 3. Now cos theta, how to find it? You know tan theta. If you know tan theta, that is opposite by adjacent, this will become root 5. Then what is cos theta? Adjacent by hypotenuse, 1 by root 5. How much? 3 by root 5. Then r perpendicular. Then what is the angular momentum? R perpendicular times linear momentum. What is r perpendicular? R perpendicular is 3 by root 5 times linear momentum is mass into velocity. Mass is 2 kg, velocity is 4. So 3 2s are 6, 24 by root 5. What is the unit? Kg meter square per second. So kg meter square per second. So this is what? The angular momentum calculation. But here the main role is playing by mathematics. If you are thorough with the basic mathematics required, then only you can solve this kind of questions. If you take the previous examples, you take this example also. What is the most important one? The mathematical basics. Now let us take one question based on the torque, concept of torque. So there are 3 forces acting on a system or particle, an object, as shown, like their directions are given like this: F1, F2 and F3. It is like a equilateral triangle, such that the resultant torque on the body is 0. Then what is the relation between F1, F2, F3? That is the question. You need to derive the relation between F1, F2 and F3. So here the net torque is 0. Net torque means the torque due to F1, torque due to F2, torque due to F3, all are 0. Now torque due to F1, F2, F3 about this centroid, let us calculate. This is the point of reference. Now for F1, this is the line of action of force. This is the perpendicular distance. Let's take R. Similarly for F2, this is the perpendicular distance R. For F3, this is the perpendicular distance. Let's take R. All are equal. Now what is the torque due to F1? What is the torque due to F1? R times F1. But torque is a vector quantity. You need to know the direction also. How to find the direction of vector product? You can apply right hand thumb rule, screw rule also we can say like. Or I will tell you like take the R bar direction. So the R bar direction is like this. It is in this manner, R bar. And take F bar direction. And draw an arrow from R bar to F bar and complete the circle. If it is anti-clockwise, then the direction of torque is outward. Like this you will use. R bar cross F bar, outward. But if you use this circle, if it is anti-clockwise, then outward. If it is clockwise, then inward. But here it is anti-clockwise, so this is outward. Outward generally we represent with a dot. Similarly, what is the torque of F2? Rf2. Now this is, here let me take R bar and this is F bar. Again anti-clockwise, so this is also outward. Let's take the third one. This is R bar and this is F bar. Now R bar to F bar. R bar to F bar. It is in which direction now? Sorry. This is R bar, this is F bar. Sorry. Now R bar to F bar. Now the direction is what? Clockwise. So what is the torque due to F3 will become R into F3. But it is in inward direction. Two torques are outward, one torque is inward. If you consider inward as positive, outward will become negative. Depends. If you take outward as positive, then inward will become negative. So that this, if you take positive, then the total torque Rf1 plus Rf2 and this is minus Rf3 should be equal to 0. So that Rf1 plus F2, this you take this side, Rf3, RR cancel. So F1 plus F2 equal to F3. So this is the way you can solve the questions. Sometimes the questions will be asked based on the rotational equilibrium also. Let us understand what is the meaning of rotational equilibrium and let us solve one or two questions also based on that. So there are two types of equilibrium mainly. One is translational equilibrium and another one is rotational equilibrium. So usually in mechanics you will get. So translational equilibrium means resultant force on the system 0. Rotational equilibrium means resultant torque is 0. This is what you have to remember. But here let me explain the same thing with some example based on the concept couple. What is the meaning of couple? On any object, if two equal and opposite forces acts in such a way that their line of action of force is different, then that combination is called couple. So it is not like two equal and opposite along the same line, two equal magnitude opposite direction but along the two different directions. So that combination is called couple. This couple produces torque, and if this is the perpendicular distance between them, then the torque due to couple will become R into F. Now take one object. Now this is F1. Now this is F2. Then resultant force is not 0 because F1, F2 are not equal. But resultant torque is 0 because they are acting along the same direction. There is no perpendicular distance. So what is the torque will become 0. Now similarly, then what you can conclude here, torque is 0 means rotational equilibrium. Let's take the same object. Now consider the case like here F, here F. Now two equal and opposite forces. So what is the resultant force? 0. And resultant torque is also 0 because there is no perpendicular distance. So it is in translational equilibrium as well as rotational equilibrium. Now let us take this case. F. Resultant force 0, two equal and opposite, but resultant torque is not 0. So it is in translational equilibrium. It is in translational equilibrium, but not in rotational equilibrium. This couple produces some torque so that the body rotates. So this way you can understand what is the meaning of translational or rotational equilibrium and how the different cases are possible. Like there is a possibility like the system may have resultant force but torque 0, and resultant torque but force is 0, and resultant torque as well as resultant force both may be 0. Now let me consider one question and explain you based on the equilibrium of a body. Consider a rod supporting on two knife edges. Like this is a rod of mass m and length l and supporting on two knife edges. Then what is the normal reaction at this support they are asking, suppose. How do you calculate? The system is in equilibrium, mean the rod is in equilibrium. It is not rotating, not moving. So resultant force 0 as well as resultant torque 0. It is in translational equilibrium as well as rotational equilibrium. Now if you use the free body diagram, there is one mg, there is one n1, there is one n2. Then upward force must be equal to downward force because it is in translational equilibrium. Similarly, torque on the system also must be 0 about any point. You consider any point. Now, what is the torque? Take. To find the torque on a system, you must take the reference point, either this or this. Don't take any other point. Why? Because the advantage in taking this or this reference point is, if you take this reference point, the torque of this force is 0. So N1 will vanish in this equation. So it becomes easier to calculate. If you take other than these 2 points, then there is a torque due to N1, there is a torque due to N2. Then the equation becomes difficult to solve. Let's take this point as A, this point as B. But you have to use your logic and sense to choose the reference point. Let's take first about A. About this point, the torque due to N1 is 0 and the torque due to mg is, this is the reference point, this is the r bar. What is the distance? Midpoint L by 2. What is the force? mg. So mg L by 2, r perpendicular into force. But what is the direction? What kind of circle? Clockwise. Clockwise means what? Inward. Similarly, you take N2, torque due to N2. This is the position. How much is the position? L. But this is R bar, this is F bar. What kind of circle is coming? Anti-clockwise. So that the torque due to N2 is outward. One is inward, one is outward, and the other one is 0. Then what is the net torque will become? N2L minus mgL by 2 should be 0. Why? Because it is in rotational equilibrium. Then N2L equal to mgL by 2. L cancel. So N2 equal to mg by 2. Now N1 equal to mg minus N2. So mg minus mg by 2. How much it will become? Mg by 2. So this is the way you can apply the concept of torque in solving questions. So one of the important in solving questions related to rotation also. So if you have the perfection in this torque and angular momentum, then only you can solve the questions related to rotation, because our next topic is about rotation about a fixed axis. There also you will use the same concept. Not only here, in some other chapters also you will take the concept of torque. So that's why try to understand how to calculate torque. So the main thing is torque. If you want to define, you need to first specify reference point. Then only you can find the torque on a system. Not only torque, even angular momentum also. So this is what the entire concept of torque and angular momentum. So hope you all understood. Let us continue with our next session, next topic. Thank you.